Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And yeah, we've got a big one today. This is the kind of news that honestly shapes the entire landscape before free agency even officially begins, damn it. So, let's get straight into it. Satou Sabally is not returning to the Phoenix Mercury. And look, let's be real from the jump, this is not surprising at all. It really isn't. If you've been paying attention to how the salary structure is evolving, especially under the new CBA dynamics, you saw this shit coming from a mile away. I've been saying it, others have been hinting at it, the math simply does not work. You cannot pay 3 max-level players on the same roster anymore. You just can't, period. And that's where this becomes bigger than just one player leaving one team. Because this is not just about the Mercury losing Satou Sabally. This is about the death, yes, the damn death of the Big Three era in the WNBA as we know it. Think about it. The Phoenix Mercury? Breaking it up. The Las Vegas Aces? They're going to feel this shit too. Every team that thought they could stack 3 stars and just out-talent everyone else, that model is collapsing under financial pressure, straight up. And I know some people are still holding on to this idea like, oh, but the Indiana Fever can make it work, they can keep their core together. No, they can't. Not long term, no damn way. Unless something drastic happens, like players taking serious pay cuts. And let's be honest, that's not realistic in today's environment. Now, let's bring it back to Satou. According to reports, she's walking into free agency without being cored. That is massive. That means Phoenix gets nothing in return. No trade package, no assets, just cap relief. That's it. And while some people might look at that and say, oh, that hurts Phoenix, I actually think it opens up flexibility across the league. Because now, suddenly, a max-level talent is available, unrestricted. That changes everything. Now, you've got teams looking at their cap sheets, looking at their young cores, and thinking, okay, how the hell do we make a move here? Let's take a hypothetical. Say the Indiana Fever decide to get aggressive. Say they look at their situation and think, all right, we want to pair Caitlin Clark with another elite forward. What do? Maybe they explore moving Kelsey Mitchell in a sign-and-trade scenario. Maybe they target assets, picks, young players, free up cap space, and then make a run at Satou on a short-term max deal. Is it guaranteed? No. Is it possible? Hell yeah. That's the kind of domino effect we're talking about here. Now, another team you cannot ignore in this conversation is the Dallas Wings. Satou has history there. She's comfortable there. She's openly talked about Dallas feeling like home. The only question has ever been the organization itself, not the city, not the environment. But let me tell you something. Money changes perspective real damn quick. If you're putting a max contract on the table, we're talking about potentially over $1 million per year. Suddenly, those organizational concerns, they don't hit the same. And that's just reality. Now, there's also been a lot of discussion around alternative leagues like Unrivaled and overseas contracts. And I've got to be honest, something about those numbers doesn't fully add up. We keep hearing about averages, $600K, $250K, big equity stakes, but then you look at player decisions and they don't always align with those figures. If everyone was really making that kind of money across the board, you wouldn't see players choosing smaller deals elsewhere. You just wouldn't. So either there's a massive disparity in who's earning what, or those headline numbers include things that aren't immediate cash, like equity or long-term incentives. And that matters, because for Satou Sabally, this is about maximizing value right now. Now, let's talk about her as a player for a second. She's one of the most intriguing talents in the league, no question. Size, skill, versatility, she has all of it. But she's also inconsistent. There are games where she looks completely unstoppable, like a franchise cornerstone, no debate. And then there are stretches where she settles too much, falls in love with the perimeter shot, doesn't impose herself physically the way she could. If she played downhill more consistently, if she attacked the rim with that size and confidence every possession, we might be talking about a top-tier, undisputed superstar. but that's the gamble teams are going to have to consider. Now, let's look at potential landing spots beyond Dallas and Indiana. The Golden State Valkyries. Expansion team, fresh identity, cap space, and a chance to be the face of something new. That's appealing. Portland, another expansion scenario, similar logic, opportunity to lead, to define culture from day one. Toronto, this one's interesting because of the family connection. There's always been that underlying narrative about playing alongside her sister. That matters more than people think. And then there's Chicago. Now, I know some fans are going to push back on this, but Chicago has the money. They can offer a max. And at the end of the day, someone is going to take that deal. When you're talking about jumping from a few $100,000 to potentially over $1 million per year, that changes everything. Lifestyle, long-term security, investment opportunities. It's not just basketball anymore. It's business. And let's be very clear here. If a player makes around $1.2 million per year for 3 years, even after taxes, if they manage that money properly, they're setting themselves up for life. That's generational stability. So when fans talk about loyalty, facilities, market size, those things matter, sure, but money at that level, that's a different damn conversation. Now, bringing this back to the bigger picture, this situation reinforces something I've been saying for a while now. The third star is always the one who leaves. Always. Teams will prioritize their top two, build around them, structure contracts around them, but that third piece, that's where the sacrifice comes. And for Phoenix, that ended up being Satou Sabally. For other teams, it's coming. And yes, that includes the Indiana Fever eventually. Right now, they're in a unique window because Caitlin Clark is still on a rookie contract. That gives them flexibility, that gives them room to operate. But once that changes, you're not keeping everyone, unless your stars are willing to leave serious money on the table. And again, that's rare. Because think about it logically. If you're asking someone to take a pay cut to stay, why the hell wouldn't they take that same pay cut somewhere else, on a more proven roster, in a more stable organization with a better championship outlook? That's the question teams are going to have to answer. So yeah, this isn't just one move, this is the beginning of a shift. More movement, more player empowerment, more strategic roster construction. And honestly, it's going to make the league even more unpredictable. So keep your eyes on this, because if Satou Sabally is the first domino, there are a lot more about to fall. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you see her landing? And how do you think this impacts the rest of free agency? Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.